Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, as always, brought to you by our friends at Heidemann & Associates.
Yeah, that's right. Just a reminder, if you have any legal needs, full-service law firm, they can take care of it, whatever it is. Give the experts at Heidemann & Associates a call. If you tell them Rewind sent you, you'll even get a free consultation. Call 801-754-4240.
And as always, want to let you know about Western Governors University. Make 2022 the year of you. Go to wgu.edu. Get your chance to get a scholarship to Western Governors University. Get your degree in your own time frame, your choice at Western Governors University. All right, going into Week 6. Week 5 was the week. Man, there's a lot to unpack from this week. Two of the biggest games in the regular season that I can recall on the same night.
Yeah.
There's about 5 or 6 that were that big, but we'll get into them in just a minute. But, man, just looking at what we saw happen this last week with Skyridge, Timpview, Lehigh Corner Canyon, some watershed moments potentially for some of these teams in this season.
Yeah, I think every year, at the end of the year, we're always like, how would the top of 5A deal with the top of 6A? And this year we got a regular season preview of that, and I think there's a lot that we learned about, really kind of the 4 teams in the mix there, and it'll be fun to see kind of the rest of the year play out as we'll have some head-to-heads within the classifications between those 4 still to be played out. But man, it was a headline night and a big one across the state.
Well, it certainly is, and we're going to get to those games, but we want to start out right here with our topic brought to you by Heidemann & Associates. Go to utah.law to find the law office nearest you and get a free consultation with our friends at Heidemann & Associates. And our topic today to kick off the show, we want to go a little watch list action, right? Yeah. College football's kicked off. It's amazing. It's only week 2, but we're in week 5 of high school football here in Utah. But there's guys who've been showing up and showing out. Now, we know we're going to miss people. Yeah. This is a watch list. There's names we could always run through, and everyone wants to hear those same names. That's not what we're doing here. Not what we're going to do. Some of those names will appear.
They will.
They will. Uncle Dusty can't help himself on some of the names. But there's other guys we know we're missing. Hit us up. We're watching them. And at the end of the year, as you know, we do our Rewind Awards. But Dane, let's talk about how we came up with these names to get started.
Yeah, so I think a lot of this is, I try to get out, watch a game every Friday night. Dusty's in studio. You're watching upwards 12 to 16. And so as we're talking about this is, hey, who are guys that we feel like have had really fantastic starts of the year, we would believe would be in consideration for potential awards as the season plays out. We're going to break this down by classification, offense, defense. We love our unheralded award. We're not going to go there yet. There's a lot of time still to be played.
We can't herald them and then call them unheralded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we got to leave them lying in the weeds still a little bit. Don't worry, guys. We're tracking that. But, so we'll bring it up by classification, and we'll try to make it a little fun.
Yeah, and some of those things might hit there. So some of these guys could rise up to be our Mr. Rewind.
Yeah.
Some of them, I want to say fall, but could go into our unheralded award because there might be some of those guys are so headlining.
Sure.
We got to go here, and some of these guys on this watch list might end up in our unheralded award.
Yeah, so we'll break this offense, defense. Yeah. We'll start there.
Let's start first with the 6A offense watch list. Go ahead.
All right, well, I think the first one for me, and look, I don't know if I mentioned this last week or not, but I had to pay up a little bit of lunch for a pick.
You did.
Easton White, quarterback at Farmington. They're 5-0. This is a team in our Rewind rankings has been top 10 for the majority of the season. That's all classifications. They are a top Region 1. They got some big games coming up to stay atop Region 1, but it's been Easton White, returning starting quarterback. He's looked fantastic, continues to execute this offense at a high level. They're scoring at a really high clip right now. That familiarity, consistency, you see that back for White, the quarterback. Got a lot of pieces around him. When you look at Nielsen, the tight end, obviously Reinhold, but Easton White, the quarterback, has been kind of the guy that's made it all work for the Phoenix this year. I'll start with Region 1 in Easton.
That's really, really good. And I'm going to go with the name that my favorite region, as everyone knows. I go to Region 4. I'm not saying out there, but not the names you think I'm going to say. How about Nick Staffieri? He's thrown for over 1,500 yards to start the year, bunch of touchdowns, and PG is soaring on the way heading into region play. They're playing their best football that they played since they went to the semifinals with Dane Christiansen.
Yeah, it has been a long time since we've seen a PG team like this. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah. Great start to the year, and Nick Staffieri.
All right, Dusty goes Region 4. I'm going to pull him up to Region 2. Yeah, you heard me. Region 2, Isaiah Suisui. All right, if you've not seen this kid, you are missing out. He has been electric this year, given AF problems, gave Roy a ton of problems this last week.
Cypress still has nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, this young man, look, he's still got one more year, just a junior. But, man, he can throw the ball on a line, very accurate. His athleticism, deceptively fast. He's got long legs, can cover a lot of ground. You think you got the angle on him. Next thing you know, he's 5 yards in front of you. Isaiah Suisui for the West Panthers. big reason why West has had the start to the year they've had.
Well, absolutely. Here's another fun one. And a name, it's a kid that's kind of lying in the weeds a little bit. We want to make sure we talk about Dow Martinez.
Yes.
He's had a great start to the year. This was with Les Hamilton, he's like, hey, this might be a kid who could be a little Dallin Cutler-esque. Yeah. And we're seeing that now with the Freddie Fernandez offense, running the ball, throwing the ball. Bingham is in the mix, and a lot of it is because of number 12.
Yeah, that's a great one. Look, I think a couple others you got to think about. How about Kadu Luavi? Right? And Keeney out of Mountain Ridge. This is a potent running attack. Uluwave is one of the more physical running backs you'll see in 6A this year. Love what we've seen from him. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm throwing, we're here at Skyridge. McKay Hillstead, his stats aren't going to jump off.
Right.
It's the impact that McKay makes. And when you get the number one team in the state and he is the offense, and you got to see this last week, got hurt, didn't finish that game. Yeah. Not bad to have a guy like Colgan come in, but McKay is that leader of this team. And I'm throwing a name out there, and I don't care what anybody else says. Isaac Wilson's been spectacular to start this year. Take Bishop Gorman game, I don't give a rip. You go at the end of it, even against Lehigh in the loss, this kid's been playing extremely good football. Make sure you mention him too.
Let me give you one. I don't know if this is going to fall in the unheralded or not, but how about Jackson Stevens? Had a tough start for Davis. We kind of heard there might be some injuries there. Feels like he's getting healthy, and all of a sudden the Davis Darts are scoring and getting big wins. Had another one this last week. Jackson Stevens, a name to keep an eye on. Yeah,
and let's go a couple of wide receivers. It's so heavy quarterback. You have a couple of running backs. Trey Roberts. Going in the footsteps of his brother Chase, who was a co-winner of our 6A Offensive Player. He and Boone Abbott. So we went through that, by the way. And then obviously I'm not in this. Uncle Dusty does not go away without talking about Tate Care.
I was going to say, I didn't know if you were going to leave that door open or not. I was a little confused.
Never. Grandpa Hutch would never forgive me. I would lose my honorary uncle status.
Yeah, he would not be invited to the family reunion.
But here's the thing. Jeff Hansen told us, you've been around me enough. I like the bang drums. There's fun. Yeah. But it's earned too. If these guys aren't playing well, I won't talk about it. But they are, and so I will, and I will continue to. So let's go with 6A defense.
All right, hey, I'm going to start with, I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. I'll start here. How about the best corner in the state, Smith Snowden?
Yeah.
Young man, did the Skyridge game on Friday night. Coming into that, stats that I saw reported 3 interceptions. You heard Jeff Hansen talk about he's only been targeted 6 times.
Yeah. Going into Friday night.
Yeah, going into Friday night, 6 targets, 3 picks. I would say that's pretty good. Right?
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty good. We've been waiting for his senior year, multi-year starter at Skyridge. And, man, you can just see this guy locks you down, and he shut down a really potent Timview passing attack. It was a whole Skyridge defense. But, man, Smith was locked in on Friday night as well.
I give you one off the beaten path.
Yeah.
It's a linebacker out of Corner Canyon. Not Owen Borg. Dave Britton. Britton was a transfer up last year. Spent his time playing JV. Look, he was a quarterback in line at another school.
Yeah.
Decided he wanted, for personal reasons, wanted to go somewhere else. Goes to Corner Canyon, moves to linebacker, and has been playing spectacular football. I think 65 tackles through, I think, as last reported, through that has had a spectacular start to the year. Owen Borg missed 2 weeks because he was sick. Britton's been playing good football.
I like that. Yeah, that was a mutual decision, by the way. He's not the only guy who tracks corner. Let me give you one that's off the radar. Caleb Peterson.
There we go.
Secondary at American Fork.
Yeah, he's been great.
He had a big game against West. He has been fantastic for the Caveman defense, and this is a Caveman program that I know Bingham got the best of them. Up to that game, that defense has been locked in. I think they're going to get that right again. Caleb Peterson, that secondary, has been a big reason why.
Give you one more Caveman defender.
Yeah.
Max Edwards. Been outstanding. Have a couple picks. Again, last night had some big plays as well. There's a bunch of guys that have been playing good on the defensive end.
We can't skip Tausilia Kana. We're at Skyridge, right?
It's called burying the lead.
You
got a bunch of guys yelling at their phones or wherever they're watching this. Don't worry.
We're all over that one. As he's all over most opposing offenses, continues to have a fantastic year for this Skyridge defense.
Now, if there's players that we're not talking about, now there's some that maybe we're missing, hit us up. But again, as I always say, just be nice. Just realize we're going through some names. We want to throw out some that aren't so obvious.
There's some linemen at West right now. They're like, guys.
By the way, if we could name some linemen, I would do it.
It's not my skill set.
Yeah. And on top of it, we end up just going through the recruiting rankings, and then we have people, well, you don't know. It's like, I get it. I don't. And I won't. I'll openly admit that. Yeah. But there'll be some other guys we'll be able to admit because some guys are just so good that it just stands out, and we'll hit those as well. All right, 5A, offensive player of the year.
All right.
Watch list,
Yeah, I'm going to start with one because we've seen him for multiple years. Amini Amone, Dustin.
Yes.
Young man continues to rise up the ranks. Could very well finish inside the top 5 of high school history for rushing yards. We've seen him all the way back to his days as freshman, sophomore, senior year for Amini. The future Nevada Wolfpack continues to have a fantastic year, and he's had to carry a lot of the load. We've talked about some of the injuries they're trying to kind of fight through. It's been the Amone show. He's lived up to it this year.
One of my favorite things is when he graduates. Amini Amone, I missed doing that top 5 place. So it'll be a sad day when he graduates.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorites. Watch this interview, by the way. Jackson Brousseau was our 5A offensive player of the year a year ago. He's right now. We talk about this being our watch this for Mr. Rewind. This kid has been spectacular in leading the comeback along with their defense.
Yeah.
And the comeback gives quarter can, which we'll talk about later.
How about the? I don't really know what this is, so the herd of stallions. Look, I mean, you have Ezra Harris,
horsemen.
Right? Hey, there you go. I like that. Yeah. The 3 horsemen. You have Ezra Harris, Dylan Hamilton over the top, and by the way, you have Matiaki Halo out of the backfield. They've been fantastic. I mean, this Stansbury offense has been one of the top scoring teams in the entire state all year long. They continue to just light it up night in, night out. The 3 horsemen for Stansbury. I like that. Good call.
Yeah. Don't worry. There's a 4th. We know. We'll get to it in a second.
Yeah.
Jack Johnson, quarterback out of Brighton.
Yes.
The other Jack Johnson. There's 2 Jackson Johnsons slinging the ball. This is the quarterback for Brighton.
Yeah.
Been playing outstanding football, and expect him to continue to do so in Region 6 play.
How about, I might call him the Raptor, Micah Beckstead. Because he's fast and he's tough. I mean, this guy, I was going to go Mack Truck, but I was like, nah, he's faster than a Mack Truck.
Chris Pratt might control his movements.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I was actually thinking more like the Ford Raptor. But that works too.
Gotcha.
That works too. Micah Beckstead's been fantastic. I think the perfect combination of strength and speed. He's going to mow you over, and then he's going to, run past you if he doesn't. And he's a guy who looks for contact. So rare. I love what we've seen from Micah Beckstead this year. He was averaging over 10 yards a carry coming into that game Friday night against Skyridge. Mike has been fantastic.
All right, let's go Defensive Player of the Year watch list. Now the 4th horseman comes. And as Easton Baker, I keep joking that we're going to see him from space. Easton's been an absolute monster. He's got highlight reel hits. This kid is one of the bright stars in the state of Utah.
Every night it feels like there is a big hit from Easton Baker where there's a young man who doesn't feel very good after it.
Right.
He's big.
Yeah.
Speaking of big, how about Isaac Terrell, for Lehigh? A young man that is just terrorizing opposing quarterbacks. Did it all last year, was one of the state leaders in sacks, and he has been a beast again this year to lead that Lehigh defense, who had the really kind of signature win on Friday night. But Isaac Terrell continues to be phenomenal.
He's great. He was our Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yep.
Been absolutely spectacular. Current Washington State Cougar. He'll be flying Old Crimson. So we'll see if he stays committed there.
Please don't go to Wazoo. I don't want Idaho to have to deal with that. Isaac, come on, man.
We'll see where he goes. You can finish anywhere,
Yeah.
How about this? It only takes 2 syllables to say this one. Bo Tate.
Yes.
Young man out of Skyline's been very, very good, been outstanding running back and also wide receiver. But linebacker.
Yeah, I think he's had double-digit tackles in just about every game this year. He's had some nice created turnovers as well. He's even contributed offensively for the Eagles. Bo Tate's, that's a good one. I'll go one more. I can't leave Timpview. Siale Acera. Prototypical linebacker, wears 54. I love it. That feels like an old school linebacker number, right? Acera's been fantastic, was again for Timpview on Friday night. He is a roamer and a guy you can line up at a lot of different positions. Man, he is physical. He's going to hit you hard. Lives in opposing backfields, can cover as well. Siale Acera's been fantastic.
Let me give you one more I should have mentioned I didn't. This one's completely off the radar on offensive side.
Yeah.
Miles Hall. Hall out of Skyline too. We keep mentioning Bo Tate. Anytime we say Bo Tate, we got to mention Miles Hall.
Yes.
Offense and defense.
Yep.
Kid's a terrific athlete.
Another one we left off the offense side was Nash Matheson. Brighton.
Oh, what are we doing?
Yeah.
See how long the watch list, kids?
Man.
What is this, the Doak Walker Award, Davey O'Brien?
Pretty much, yeah.
The United School and Arm Award watch list, everyone's on a watch
Well,
list.
it's mid-season watch list, right? So it's unlimited.
All right, let's get to 4A and rural, some names we want to make sure we mention. Because our awards, people know, we go 6A, 5A, and then we did a rural award a year ago. Yep. It just happened that Mr. Rewind was from 4A, and we gave a 4A Offensive Player of the Year last year as well.
All right, I'm going to start. I'm going to leave one for you. Parker Schneider, quarterback at San Juan.
There we go.
Right? I didn't expect San Juan's offense. I feel like I say that every week. I didn't expect them to score at this pace. They continue to. He continues to make big plays, even late in crunch time for the Broncos. There's number one.
Sienna Nielsen knew he was going to be good.
Yeah.
Everyone, the all-name team. named by the governor, by the way. Griffin Bone,
Yes.
the quarterback out of the Cardiac Kanab Cowboys. Had to be so cardiac this week, but Griffin's been outstanding. It's a leadership part, kicks field goals, also quarterback. He's been spectacular.
Yeah, I'm going to go with, how about Devin Watson, multi-year starter at Summit Academy. Passing attack that got established under Les Hamilton. Different, but he continues to light up the scoreboard. Yardage, passing touchdowns. Devin Watson been spectacular for the Bears.
And another name, go all the way down to Enterprise, Kyron Bracken.
Yeah.
Kid, every single week, if the Wolves win, and they continue to, that's a tease. Kyron Bracken's getting in the end zone. This kid has been doesn't have to be long runs. He'll punch him in from anywhere. Does a great job. Well, he gets a lot of yards too. I wasn't saying he was a Zach Crockett of Enterprise, but he does it from everywhere.
Yeah, while we're going into the rural areas, how about Kilo Sosi? Milford, I got to represent the Milford men, right? Look, he's been spectacular. You can talk about Hardy, Rose. There's a number of guys there, but Sosi's been great.
And now our Grantston fans have been yelling at us. Yes, Rayner is right there too.
He's in there.
Ethan's been outstanding, and so he's also part of that for the rural side as well.
Yeah.
That's a lot of names. Hit us up with some more names. Make sure that we have them on our watch list. We'll get our group. We have a lot of guys that do recruiting and everything else, writing things. There's lots of names that we know we left on the table. We understand that. But hit us up. Let us know as well. All right, Dane, going after our topic, let's get into our game of the week. You were there. Number one versus number 4, Skyridge and Timpview.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 matchup. We talk about there's always a lot of talk. Top of 5A, top of 5A, top of 6A. Wanted to see him play. We got to see it. And look, Skyridge gets the ball to start this one off. Played at Mountain View High School, and boy, not long into this one, and McKay Hillstead coming up, Ginger, boy, not the sight you want to see if you are a Falcon fan. It'd be Trent Call, the junior, that would get the call for this Skyridge offense, but couldn't get a lot going in that first possession. Timpview, though, Dusty, we've talked about Kazan Villa, the transfer in from Wasatch. How about a 49-yard touchdown run from Kazan to get Timpview on the board? They would miss the PAT 6-0. T-Birds later in the first half via another big run sets up a goal-to-go situation from a yard out. He'll cap this off 13-0 Timpview. Skyridge looking like it's just going to be a tough night without Hillstead. Forget about that. How about Trent Call started to settle into this game. Second quarter, Call's able to help this offense move the ball inside the 10. It'd be an 8-yard pass, and how about the catch from Cannon Jensen? My goodness, went through the Timpview secondary to secure this one. Skyridge ain't done as they get in the scoring column with 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's 13-7 at the break. Start of the second half, Timpview had a lot of turnovers in that first half. They would clean it up in the second half. Nope. How about the pick? Colin Sheffield climbing the ladder for this one, a 19-yard pick six. Point after missed. We're tied up at 13, just one play into the second half. That Skyridge defense flew around despite losing a couple players to injuries. They did a great job on Beckstead. They made things really tough for Timpview, and it was Trent Call answering the call, marching a drive here for the Falcons. They got some help with some penalties. It wouldn't matter. Trent Call finishes it off with a 3-yard touchdown run. How about the stretch over the pylon to score it? Skyridge taking their first lead of the game, 20-13. Timpview, look, they ran the ball really well. Really hadn't found a lot of success in the passing. They got a big play here to the end zone. It just slips through the fingertips of the receiver. Points left on the field. This drive would come down to a 4th down, and the pass sails. Turned over on down. Skyridge gets the ball with just under 6 minutes to go. Couple of 3rd downs. Skyridge would have to convert. They would. It would come down to a 4th and 3 for the ball game. Converted. Move the sticks. No more timeouts for Timpview and Skyridge. Dusty, this is maybe as impressive of an effort as I've seen from the Falcons. You lose Hillstead. They lost Terry Apaya in the second half. Also had Toilolo go out. And they come from behind, scoring 20 unanswered against Timpview to get the 20-13 win.
Well, the turn of the defense, and defense make plays to help out the offense, get things going, help settle people in. By the way, I did not know the Via could run that way.
Yeah.
My goodness, that was a revelation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was a fun game, which that game always is.
Yeah.
We can't act like maybe it's like, no, it always is.
Yeah.
This looks a little different, but it always is a good one. Remember last year was a 4th down right here at the goal line?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unreal. Absolutely great game. All right, let's get to our best of 6A. I'll start there. How about the team that their demise was a little premature? The Bingham Miners lose back-to-back weeks to Corner Canyon and to Timpview. And what do? They come back taking on AF. Undefeated coming into this game was American Fork, and it was downhaul, but it was Fotu coming up with big plays over and over again. The defense stood up and took care of business as Bingham ran away from American Fork, a team who was in our top 5 in the AF. Bingham, the huge win. Yeah. Nice one for Coach Jones. That is a stamp of approval game for Coach Jones.
Great bounce back after the corner loss, right? I mean, man, congratulations. That's huge. I'm going to go to another team that is bouncing back all the way up in Region 1. How about the Titans of Syracuse, Dusty? Slow coming out of the gate. Coach Michael Knight starting to find the ride into the night.
Hey.
Look,
he's got Kit on his side.
Yeah, yes he does. Yes he does. 14-0 first quarter. This was a first half dominated by the Titans. They led 35-7. Kobe Bennett had a pair of rushing touchdowns. But how about the night for Brevin Hamblin? Had a blocked field goal that he'd scoop and score from 72 yards out. And let's add a 55-yard kickoff return. Defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown. If you had him on your fantasy, he would have done great for your defense. Brevin Hamblin big in the 42-17 win for Syracuse over Weber. Titans, watch out for Syracuse.
They're coming.
Yes, they are.
Region 1 still in doubt.
Yes.
Still in doubt. Let's go to the game of the night. Shall we?
I just talked about it.
Best of 5A. But they're both so good, right?
Yes, yeah.
Lehigh, Corner Canyon. Corner Canyon, as you know, maybe you don't know, jumped out 24-0. It was Wilson threw a touchdown, ran for another, threw one to take care, ran for another. And then in the second half, championship resolve.
Yeah.
The reigning 5A Kings get going, not just on offense, but also on defense. Brousseau had some mistakes in the first half, bounces back. Played really great, hit Tanner, then hit Havea, and then here's really one of the big moments of this game. A snap goes over the head of Isaac Wilson, recovered by Lehigh, and the quote of the night, Isaac Terrell says, it wouldn't have mattered. They snapped it over his head, wouldn't have mattered. It was a sack no matter what. I love the attitude of 99. They recover it, leads to a Latu touchdown run, and then later on, the defense again stopping the Corner County offense, leading to this, a 37-yard strike. Brousseau to Jace John, 37 yards out. Pioneers take the lead. The Corner Canyon, again, offense gets stopped. Lehigh gets the ball. Corner Canyon has them 4th and 3. What does Ed Larson do? Calls a timeout and quick kicks it. Brousseau, a beautiful punt down to 7. Here you go, Isaac Wilson. Show us what you can do. Here's your shot. Just over 1 minute and 20 seconds left from the 7. I still don't know what the penalty was. Someone can help us out. Got backed up again after getting across the 40. Marched them down the field. He had to take care to set up a 35-yard field goal. Think of that. From the 7 to the 18, marched them down the field. Here comes the field goal. Nay. Lehigh stops it or blocks the kick. Walks away with a 25-24 win. 25 unanswered points to take the win against Corner Canyon.
Wow.
In a flag-stamping game for Coach Ed Larson.
My best of 5A, Dusty. This was the latest version of Dane versus Dusty, and I took it on this one. How about Brighton? Playing Olympus, right? We talked about some region picks. Dusty got this one. Jack Johnson, the 3 passing touchdowns for Brighton as the offense overwhelmed Olympus in this one. It was great effort from the Titans, but Brighton just too much in the end. 28-17, Brighton gets the win, and the Bengals, just as Dusty mentioned last week, early lead there in Region 6.
Jack
nice
Johnson,
start to them.
Jack Johnson's in tune. Hey, see what I did there?
I did.
Yeah. Soft, easy ukulele.
I'm lucky you're my best friend.
Me too.
That's Jason Mraz. I'm sorry.
Can't keep them all straight. All right, best of 4A. How about this one? I don't know if they are the original 2, part of the original 3. Logan and Skyview. This was a state championship game from yesteryear at Romney Stadium. Well, this one went with the Grizzlies. How about Grizzlies getting things done? It was a 2-yard touchdown run from Keaton Pond with just under 6 minutes to play in the game. Isaac Lopez Morales chipped in with 2 key field goals for Logan as they take down Skyview for the first time since 2013. Skyview said it's not a rivalry anymore. Well, take it back. Riley Nelson has something to say to you. Wasn't a rivalry then either. Ayo.
I think they had to come from behind in that one, too. Grizzlies did. Tip of the cap. All right, my best of 4A, Dusty. So here's the story. Jack Simmons, his family, recently moved down to St. George. Young man, when he moved down there, had a neighbor that Carl Wright was always holding kind of backyard baseball practice, and Jack would always kind of peer over the fence. Loved sports and would always just kind of watch. Well, Carl eventually made his way over, introduced himself to Jack, and Jack became a manager on Carl's Little League baseball team, was the team manager there for season. Did a great job, absolutely loved it. Found out how much Jack loves football. So Coach Alafipo, hope I said that right, Coach, first year head man at Crimson Cliffs, brought the Crimson captain to the program. It's an opportunity for them to invite community members and to interact with the team and to give them a special moment and help the team really see perspective outside of football and outside their own hallways. So this week it was nominated and Jack was the winner to be the Crimson captain. So they invited him out. You obviously saw the video from that night. Jack's dream, as he would tell his parents, would be to score a touchdown. That was his dream that he wanted. And that night, Coach Alafipo and the Crimson Cliff Mustang program made that happen for Jack. I loved the joy on his face when he saw that was coming. And how about the celebration in the end zone? Youth program, varsity players, community there. Absolutely fantastic moment. And we talk about this sport, but it's about the character and the principles that it teaches our young men. And man, no better example of that than what we saw at Crimson Cliffs. And talking with the Simmons family, one of the things they said is, look, the moral of this story, or the takeaway, is how great the community is. And as a society, sometimes we become so focused on some of the negatives and the things that are going wrong, we forget to reach out and to love other people and to look for other people. And I really appreciate that message from the Simmons family. Jack, you're my hero, man. I woke up that morning, Friday morning, I saw that video. I got out of bed early and it motivated me for my entire day. So Jack, you're my captain, man. Congratulations on a special moment. Coach Alafipo, Crimson Cliffs, tip of the cap to you. Fantastic moment for Crimson Cliffs down in the St. George community. And by the way, they defeated Snow Canyon. Had a block or a stopped 2-point conversion with just over a minute to go. They get the 27-25 win. But Crimson Cliffs 2-0 this week. Congratulations to the Mustangs.
That is awesome. Let's talk about, there's two things that never get old. It's those videos, it's the military surprise videos, but amazing job. And send those to us. Make sure we see those. Love to incorporate what we do because, again, it's about making things better. Everyone has a platform. I think we become more and more aware of that, of what you can do to impact someone's life. That was just a great, great moment. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that, Dane, and for Crimson Cliffs. All right, my best of the rest. What's that I hear? Is it Enterprise bringing in Duchesne, come all the way down there, Kyron Bracken, because all he does is like Zach Crockett is score touchdowns, punch in the end zone. It was a 16-0 win for Enterprise. The Wolves stayed undefeated.
Scored a Safetti in the fourth quarter there. Safety.
Yeah.
My best of the rest. How about Summit?
You never know anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? How about Summit Academy? We talked about Devin Watson, the great year he's had. Millard. Man,
poor Millard, man.
I don't even know where to go with Millard anymore. Like, we'll get into that in just a bit.
There.
40-34, Summit Academy with the win. They trailed at half. It was 21-17. Millard had the lead. It was a 15-0 third quarter for the Bears. Devin Watson had 4 passing touchdowns. Whitaker had the game-winning run with 6 minutes to go. Millard, they're 0-5. You ready for this terrible fact?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a fun fact. It's a terrible fact. Their last 4 losses, they lost by 3, 6, 6, and 6.
Oh.
And in every game, they've been outscored in the final frame. Millard, you're so close, man. I'm telling you, when they win, that is going to be the best of the rest. Yeah. Millard, we're keeping eyes on you. Keep your heads up. You're so close.
It's going to turn.
It is.
It will.
And here's the thing.
Turn.
This is against like top teams. Yeah. They're going to be a force. They're going to make the playoffs. Yeah. They're going to be a force. Watch out for Millard.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough. Yeah. All right, let's get to our quick hits brought to you by Western Governors University. How about this one? A team that started out the season, man, much maligned like Millard. How about Fremont getting a region play, bringing in Layton, get a 20-0 or 20-6 win. Brig Grange found the end zone 2 times, and the Silver Wolves handed the Layton their second loss of the season in back-to-back weeks.
West had a big game against Roy this week. Thought that might be for jockeying for top of the region standings when it's all said and done. But this was all West, 35-10 at the half. They had a 70-yard pick six, including a block kick that was returned for a touchdown as well. Defense, special teams, offense, taking care of business for the Panthers. They defeat Roy.
How about Riverton and Pleasant Grove? Big game in 6A. It was Staffieri found Sean Cottle for a touchdown, and then on an answer on a punt later in the game, Riverton's Jai Parker took it to the house, 87 yards out. And it looks like the Silver was going to take care of business. Nope. Jaden Wright from Staffieri from 35 yards out, and PG held on against Riverton 24-21. The Vikings, as we mentioned earlier, coming into shape going into region play.
That was a great win. How about a Week 5 rivalry? Bountiful and Woods Cross, Dusty. Still no Corbin Cottle. The Redhawks are finding a way. This week it was Owen Gilman had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, 14-7. That feels like old school Region 5 right there. Bountiful with the win over the Cats.
Hey, let's go 2A, shall we? Because I've got to do this. Sienna Nielsen, still undefeated. Her Broncos were tied at 28 against Canyon View, and then Schneider hit his man. Schneider hit Jersey Knees from 17 yards out for his 4th touchdown pass of the night, and the Broncos stay undefeated. Makes Sienna happy. 35-28, Broncos over the Falcons.
How about the game that had so much offense they ran out of internet to contain it? Westlake and Mountain Ridge, Dusty. And
They
Mountain
found
Ridge,
the end of the internet.
No kidding, huh? Al Gore's got more work to do. Look, I mean, this was a game, Dusty, back and forth the entire night. Aiden Bayless for Westlake. What a night for him. He had 4 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. He scores the touchdown in the first overtime to give Westlake the lead, and then he has the passing touchdown in the second overtime. It was a 25-yard run in the first and a 22-yard passing touchdown. Excuse me, other way around. 22-yard run in the first, 25-yard passing touchdown in the second overtime. And by the way, we're tired. We're going home. Go for 2, and it's Carter that converts it to Queering. 43-42, double overtime. Westlake over Mountain Ridge Thunder. Congratulations on a huge win.
Congratulations. That was a fun one. We had that one until they found the end of the internet.
Yeah.
How about this one? Region 2, Cypress bouncing back that game against West. It was 19-14, T-ville leading the Pirates. Skylar Mentis scored from 9 yards out, and then just to add a little bit more, because the extra point was no good, it was 20-19. Then he added a 60-yard touchdown run for good measure as the Pirates get back on the winning side. 26-19 win over Taylorsville.
Yeah, it was a good one. How about another one? We talked about the Surging Darts. Had a 21-16 win over Alta this week. 28-16. Jackson Stevens, 26 of 33, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns for him through the air. Barker ran for 45 as the Davis Darts trending up, Dusty.
And how about a rivalry as ugly as days are long? The DuPay Bowl, Skyline and Highland, with Josh Calvert threw 4 touchdown passes, 2 to Miles Hall, as the Eagles take another one in the Roger DuPay Bowl, knocking off Highland 41-24.
Box Elder Northridge, got to keep your eyes on the Bees. 25-13, the Bees getting the win. Ryan Griffin had 2 passing touchdowns. Cole Mortensen, how about this night for Mortensen? 2 receiving touchdowns, a 22-yard field goal, plus 2 IPs, 17 points for Cole. He defeated Northridge on his own, but the rest of the team contributed 25-13.
A big one in the bottom of Region 5. Well, let's not talk about region size anyway. Down the bottom of Utah County, Springville trying to bounce back in Spanish Fork. It was 21-all after Will Dart hit Ty Bona to tie the game, but then Tavita Valetti. How about this highlight reel run for a touchdown? And then Ryder Burton to Walker Deedy for good measure. Hit him 3 times on touchdown passes. This one, just to add a little bit more to it, as Springville back on the winning side after losing last week, knocking off Spanish Fork 35-21. But look out for our videos this week. We've got our top 5 plays, rankings videos, our pick'ems videos, pick against us. Had a lot of new faces coming in on Twitter. Love it.
Great.
Love to see it. But we'll also have our games of the week and in Red Zone as well. Jeff Hansen and I take you all over the state every Friday night right here on KSLSports.com and also on KSL Sports Zone on 97.5 and 1280 The Zone. All right, let's wrap this one up, shall we? For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us for watching KSL Sports Rewind on KSLSports.com.